Sup Squad, welcome back to my channel and to another This Week with BTS ARMY. So just a reminder, you guys, literally in a span of 1 week, 100 things drop. And so I apologize ahead of time if I don't cover like all the news, but I'm gonna try to cover as many as I can. So I apologize, yes. Let's start off with BTS being nominated for 3 categories on the VMAs, which is the MTV Video Music Awards. They're nominated for Best Pop, Best Choreography, and Best K-Pop. And you can't spell best without BTS, so y'all know what that means. Votes. Although I do agree that BTS could have been nominated for a lot more categories, but we are just gonna try to get those W's for our boys. Go ahead and click the link in my description box. You're able to vote for BTS under Best Pop and Best K-Pop, and you could vote 20 times a day per account, and the choreography category is not votable. Now we finally got official announcements about In the SOOP's BTS version. The first episode will be available on Weverse on August 20 till October 6, and this will also be aired on television from August 19 till October 7 on JTBC. There will be a total of 8 episodes, which is approximately 60 minutes. This will be their first reality show on a Korean major television channel, which they haven't done in like the last 3 years, so this is pretty big. I believe in our last episode we went over the word SOOP and that it meant force in Korean, and so the boys are gonna have like a whole week to relax, to bond, and I really can't wait to see that, and they deserve it. So, and I think I mentioned this in my last episode too, that I believe this is like their local bon voyage since they aren't able to travel abroad because of the pandemic. There's a few things I do want to point out though. You notice how it says BTS version, so there might be In the SOOPs but for TXT as well. Keep an eye out for that. But also, y'all know I'm gonna jump into theories, I'm sorry. Notice how the last episode is being aired on October 7. And so we did get a hint from Jin. Might not even be a hint, we're just being clowns like always. But if they are still planning on dropping their album in October, could it be like October 9 that they're gonna drop the trailer? What's a Taylor, bro? Because remember last year, the last episode for Bon Voyage ended on January 7. And literally on January 9, they dropped Interlude Shadow, the comeback trailer. So you know, like, they be planning all these things. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to scare you guys or anything, but maybe just like stay on your toes. I mean, that's what armies are. Our toes, we got strong toes. We be standing on our toes every single day, every hour. And you know how BTS always comes back, usually on a Friday. So it was already like January 10 in Korea. And then it was January 9 for like US. So we shall see. It is time, you guys, for No Jams of the Week. Girl, that was ugly. Now, this is not necessarily like a bad No Jams type of thing. It was just more of like, you know what, we're just clowns, okay? Armies are clowns. Columbia Records, which is an American music label which is under Sony, which is where BTS is under, dropped a countdown on July 27. And you know, we can't blame armies for having high expectations. We literally just got like August D's image blurred countdown thing that threw us off because it wasn't D1, it was D2, and girl. And y'all remember the whole like countdown for the door slowly opening up to introduce the rebranding of BTS's name and logo? Like, y'all, okay, I understand why we have high expectations. And so with Columbia Records, you know, we came up with all these theories. We matched up 7 of the countdowns with 7 of the members' mic colors, except for Suga's, because Suga's mic is black, and so there was a black background, so they made it light green. Okay, yeah. But then when the countdown came around, your girl had her alarm set. It was 8 a.m. for me. It hit the countdown, and literally it was just a link to join their Spotify playlist. Like, an invite to Spotify. Y'all, it's like as if we don't already follow BTS on Spotify. For those who do have Spotify, I found out Korea actually doesn't have Spotify. I believe they have Melon and other like music streaming apps and sites. So I mean, like, I'm low-key just hoping they clowned us on purpose because we do have 6 more countdowns. The next one I believe is Monday for us in the US at 8 a.m. And so I mean, like, okay, I'll wear my clown mask. I accepted it, so we shall see. Jungkook dropped, oh gosh, okay, it's funny. Jungkook dropped a snippet of his cover of 10,000 I was gonna say 10,000 words, 10,000 hours, girl, by Dan and Shay and Justin Bieber. So he blessed us with his amazing vocals, so that cheered us up. But literally, ARMYs realized that the tweet was posted with an iPhone, and y'all know that BTS is sponsored by Samsung, and so he was quick to delete that tweet, which made us all laugh. There's nothing. Mistakes happen, you guys, okay? Good thing the next day Jungkook did post his cover on SoundCloud and shared the link with us on Twitter, so thank you, Jungkook. We'll pretend that didn't happen. Quick news insert, we literally just got a trailer from Island, and it's kind of like hinting that BTS might show up as guests. We don't know yet because it literally just showed us that the theme of the episode, which is episode 7, get it? 7? Will highlight BTS. So we don't know if the boys, the contestants, are just going to be performing like BTS songs or if BTS themselves are really going to be a guest on that show. We don't know yet. After, you know, getting the whole countdown from Columbia Records, I'm just going to keep my expectations low, so when it does actually happen, I'm just like, ah! The other next news that I wanted to insert is that BTS now has another competition. Why did I forget that word? Hello? My brain just like shut down on me for a second. I'm sorry, you guys. Not only do they have to deal with BT21, like BT21 is killing it. Now they have to deal with TinyTAN. Can y'all believe it? These little cuties have officially announced their debut, and y'all gotta watch out for them, okay? There's rumors going around that they're gonna drop their music videos soon. So BTS better watch out. Last but not least, it is time to discuss theories. Yes. If you don't already follow me on Twitter, that is basically the best place to keep updated with me because that's where I'm active most of the time. And then every time like Smeraldo or any like theory related thing drops, I usually try to like talk about it on Twitter. So after the Smeraldo Books Twitter account posted all 7 snippets of each member, they dropped a poll. So it comes with like a scenario, and then it makes us choose between A or B, and ARMYs have to decide which option they're gonna go with. And so it literally reminds me of Outcast, which we enjoyed playing. I don't know if you guys remember Outcast throwback. It was like a poll game created by ARMY on Twitter, which was amazing. On July 29th, Smeraldo Books posted this. Number 1, April 11, year 22. I had a dream last night. My high school friends were in it, and terrible and vicious things happened in the dream. Seokjin was watching them without a change in his expression as the tragedies unfolded. I drew his sinister-looking face and showed it to Namjoon. Seokjin is back. Namjoon told me about how he met Seokjin. He also told me that Seokjin seemed changed. A nightmare and the news of Seokjin for the first time in 2 years. Unable to dismiss it as a mere coincidence, I felt apprehensive. A, I should ask for Seokjin's number. B, I should go and see if the friends I saw in the dream were doing okay. First of all, I do want to note that this may be a teaser to their upcoming game called BTS Universe Story, where we might be able to have the options to choose what to do, and this could change like the outcome of how things turn out, which sounds really fun. So I mean, I played a lot of video games that do give you multiple choices, and it does affect what will happen in the future, like Until Dawn, Heavy Rain, yeah. So already I immediately connected this note to Taehyung's perspective because number 1, it mentions dreams, and we know that Taehyung has dreams of either past timelines or future timelines, but I'm leaning more towards the past timelines. So like every time Seokjin travels back in the past, for Taehyung, he could still remember what happened in those past timelines, but he thinks it's a dream. But notice how it points out Seokjin's expression, how it seemed kind of sinister. And it basically shows that at this point, this is probably when Seokjin has traveled back like 1,000 times already, and he has seen the boys like died so many times. And so that explains why his expression is like that. April 11 is the day that Seokjin always travels back to, and in the storyline, the first person he would usually meet up with first is RM, Namjoon. So it explains why Namjoon had already seen Seokjin at that time and the other members haven't. In my tweet, I did mention that if we do go with A, Seokjin might turn Taehyung down, and that's because in the notes, Seokjin already knows that Taehyung has dreams of the past timelines, but he doesn't want him to know. So either way, he might not even let Taehyung help. Then there's B. If Taehyung could go to the voids and confirm it for himself, this could help him realize his ability. And so I chose B. Like, of course, I want Tae to contact Seokjin, but remember that things are just not as easy in this BU, sadly. And then for the polls, the next day it was announced that A won. And this was the results for the number 1 post. Do you know Seokjin's number? I asked Namjoon. I didn't know what I wanted to ask Seokjin, but I felt I should go see him. I called several times, but he wouldn't pick up. So I ended up going to his house. As soon as I looked for him in the second floor room with lights on, I saw a map on the wall. Among the places marked on the map, there was one I knew. That's Yoongi's workroom. So I immediately tweeted that Yoongi could either be drunk at the bar, at the motel about to burn himself, or heading to Namjoon's house with Jungkook, since we didn't know which timeline this note fell under. People were asking why the workroom was marked on the map, because in the map during the Save Me webtoon, it only showed like the motels. And that's because Seokjin had it in his plans to where he would have Jungkook confront Yoongi. And that's when they'd fight, and then Jungkook would chase him to the motel and save him from the fire. And then maybe Tae will see Seokjin waiting outside, watching their actions. So I tweeted this at like 5:39. I posted a quick snippet of my little like notes summary that I have down. This isn't the full translations though, you guys, because this is my personal notes. And this is what the note says. He sent Jungkook to meet Yoongi at his workroom. 10 minutes later, the sound of something shattering came from the second floor, and Yoongi with a busted lip appeared at the entrance of the building, then hurried down the sloping road. Jungkook ran after him, and Seokjin left clues to help him find Yoongi at the motel. If y'all are still really confused about the storyline, I did post a summary video about this whole storyline. I'll link it down in my description box if y'all don't know about it yet. So I posted this at 5:41 p.m. Then Smeraldo dropped another poll at 6 p.m. and ta-da! The note is the scene that I previously mentioned in my last post. Number 2, April 30, year 22. When Jungkook and I went to see Yoongi a couple days ago, we ended up making him mad at us. I was on my way to see him at his workroom, wondering if I could talk to him again. But even before I got there, I saw him walking out of his place. I called him, but he didn't hear me and disappeared around the corner. In my dream, he was in a room that was ablaze. I had stolen his lighter from his room, but since he was a smoker, he should have another one by now. When I tried to follow him, I saw a SUV driving slowly in his shadow. What is that car? Does the car have something to do with Yoongi and the fire? A. Yoongi must have started the fire, I should follow him. B. Yoongi must have been killed by that suspicious SUV. So immediately I suspected that the SUV was Seokjin, because remember in the past notes, he was basically trailing Yoongi to help Jungkook find him at the motel, so he's trying to like help them out. But at this time, Taehyung doesn't know how the fire started, which is why he's suspecting that the SUV might have started the fire or something. So if he does follow Yoongi and confirm, oh, the fire was started by Yoongi, this could confirm his ability even more. I mean, so far I didn't get any like information about an SUV or an SUV like killing Yoongi, and the only clue that we have is that it could be Seokjin, and so that's the reason why I went with A. Because I was thinking if he thinks the SUV is like trying to kill him, he might interfere with the SUV and find out, oh my gosh, it's Seokjin, and then that interferes with Seokjin trying to help Jungkook to try to help Yoongi, and then Yoongi's just gonna burn himself. I mean, people have like tweeted out to me saying, oh, it's an SUV. Seokjin owns a truck. We haven't seen any illustrations about like this particular note or scene. And so we can't really confirm if Seokjin was stalking Yoongi in his truck or in an SUV. It would make sense if he was in an SUV because he's trying to be like undercover. He doesn't want the boys to notice him. So that's probably why he got an SUV. And I mean, we literally got a note for April 30, the same day this note is for. Again, this is just like a snippet of my own notes. My summary is not like a direct translation of this particular note, but it was from Persona. April 30, year 22. Taehyung saw Seokjin sitting in the car. Namjoon told him that he came back, but it was his first time seeing his face. Seokjin looked like he was searching for something with his phone, then cringed. Jungkook appeared from the corner with a hurried face and ran across the alley. Seokjin got out of the car with body movement mixed with annoyance. He walked towards the motel that was a little far and dropped something in front of the entrance and looked towards where Jungkook ran off to. So I feel like if we do go with A, or even if we go with B, he might interfere, that might mess things up. But if he goes with A, we might get this note that I just read to you guys. But yes, I'm sorry if I'm like confusing you guys. I tried to explain it in a way. I mean, by the time the third option comes, this video is probably already up, but I'll go ahead and discuss it in the next episode. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to click that like button and also join the Flare Squad by subscribing, you guys. Thanks for watching.